Hey, how's it going from Kansas City? My name is Jeremiah Nickel, aka JT Nickel on the Reddits, Jeremiah Nickel on the YouTubes, and at ProDJKC on the Twitters. So this was a pretty cool poll. I wanted to do a recap of this poll that tossed out there is, when did you first buy crypto? Okay, so I want to talk first about the numbers and then talk secondly about the thread. Okay, because both are meaningful to me. So if you switch, this is the weighted view here. This shows the number of community points or donuts that form the weighted vote. And the raw votes, 1,700 plus votes. These are the raw votes. This shows you when people got in. I got in 2014. Okay. And I'd like these two metrics right here, this 2013 number of 200 and the 2017 number of almost 800. Why do I like that? I like that because 2013 was the last big Bitcoin bubble. Okay, so I think it was like November of that year, Bitcoin climbed up to around $1,200 or so. And that stirred up a lot of attention into cryptocurrency space, brought in a lot of new people. And so it was pretty amazing also to see this number here, 146 people responded 2012 or earlier. Well, first of all, there's going to be a margin of error here, either because people intentionally picked the wrong thing or they accidentally picked. All right, so there's a margin of error. We don't know even how to come up with that. So, bear that in mind a little bit. Look what happened in 2014, the year I kind of got in. I was buying when it was declining, right? It was coming off of the all-time high. I started buying Bitcoin probably in the 600 range, maybe 500 or so, and I bought all the way down, and it crashed. Finally down to like $156. I was actually looking at that candle on the computer when it happened. Then look what happened in 2015, another decline. All right, so this is just, I'm generalizing based on when people got into crypto based on EthTrader. 2016 was kind of the turnaround, right? Of, this Ethereum was introduced here. Then we had the DAO. Okay, tail end of 2016, we saw an all-time low of that year of around $6, I think. Then boom, 2017 was just unbelievable with the ICO craze. And here we are in 2018. Look what happened. The year's not over, it's October. A lot of new people came in 2018. So kind of what this tells me is, well, number one, it's a poll. Statistics don't matter. The market is irrational, and so are the people using it. And I happen to believe that there's a lot more people onboarding into crypto. They just may not be getting into Ethereum at the moment because of EOS and Ripple and all those other ones that are also kind of a brain drain. They're not draining our brains. I shouldn't say it that way, but I'm just saying there's more offerings out there, and Bitcoin Cash and whatnot. I really think this number here, if you polled a regular cryptocurrency sub, I think the 2018 may not be that low. Could be though. It's been one hell of a bear. All right, so be prepared. I think for this to possibly go sideways for another year or so, under $500 or whatever. It may be under $300 for another year. I don't believe that's going to happen, but it could. So I'm prepared for that. But this was interesting. This 199 in 2013. A lot of you guys got in 2013, and of course 2017. Overall, though, take these numbers here. Right, 150 plus 200. That's 350, 450, 550. Close enough, right? A little over. So 2017 has almost as many people as all of these combined. Remember the phrase, the herd is coming? Well, just a small sampling of our subreddit has kind of given us some of that glimpse. So these are just the numbers. Then if you look at the donut side, the weighted distribution, I just like the raw numbers for that. So don't forget, you should be toggling these things. Okay. So this was the other thing that was great about this, was the respondents and what they had to say. I think I would recommend saving this thread. Saving this thread and revisiting it, because it was such a sobering read going through, and you'll see where I voted and stuff like that. But go through it. There was a lot of respondents, 223 comments. There were replies to respondents on there, obviously, but we saw a ton of people visit this thread and give a lot of great insights to their journey into cryptocurrency. And when I look at that 2017 statistic with all those people that came in, and you go through the comments, there's a lot of people that are holding, there's a lot of people that sold, and there's a lot of people that are still buying. So the old adage is once money enters into crypto, it's often hard to see it leave 100%, right? Like, there's no dollar figure I'll ever cash out 100%. I have goals of, price points where I'm gonna do, cash in a little bit to make some things happen, but it's nothing I'll never be free of. And I think there's a lot, that's kind of the feeling I got when I was reading through a lot of those comments. There's people in there that said they were in the ICO and they're still buying today, right? And a lot of people, I find, often say, well, the people that got in early, they're all cashed out and driving around. They're not necessarily. If you go through the comments, there's a lot of people there that bought under $10, stopped buying when it was $50, and then started buying again now that it's down around, the bottom of 200. And so there's people that kind of double down at the big dips. So there's just every bit of that is going to form a new floor for a new rise eventually. It may take a year. I don't know. But hats off to you guys on the sub. You guys, that thread was so sobering. And for any newcomers that bought in at the all-time high, believe me, you're not the only one. Buying Bitcoin on the way down from its crash after the euphoria of 2013 was, that's a tough pill to swallow. But when you read through the thread on that poll, it was nice. So I just want to make a quick video to highlight that and give you some of my personal thoughts on it. Also, the mods, there's another thing related to polling I wanted to point out, is that there's a bot that's called Community Points that is going to be putting out the distribution schedules for the community points on our subreddit week to week. So it'll give you the distribution schedule, and then it takes a week, and then it awards those points. And so there's a good conversation in there. There's a good conversation in there that we would love to hear some feedback on, is the points distribution itself. And so there's some good early feedback on there. If you didn't know that that's how you know who got what for points for the given week, that's where you can go check that out. So take a moment, read through the comments, give us some feedback. We're open and interested in hearing what you guys think. And I hope you guys are having fun with the polls. It's kind of fun getting some interesting data. And I think it's pretty beneficial for what it's worth. I mean, on that poll about when you got into crypto, 1,700 votes is something like almost 10% of the room. Okay, that's pretty good turnout. And so keep it up. And you guys can make the polls too. They don't, it's there. It's a tool. Put a poll out there and see what happens. All right. Cheers and big hugs from Kansas City. Be good, guys. Take care.